Hello everybody, welcome to Evolution Power Tools. My name is Lee and I work here with the design team. Now today I have with me the RAGE5-S. This is our flagship 255mm multi-material cutting table saw and the blade. In addition to this supplied 255 multi-material cutting blade, I have both the general purpose wood blade and a fine cutting wood blade as well. Our purpose here today with this video is to guide you through some of the differences in spec between the three different blades and how each one works for different applications. Now before we start, for our own safety, if you're uncertain about any aspect of using this equipment, please access the relevant technical helpline, the number of which can be found on the Evolution Power Tools website. We operate several helplines throughout our worldwide organization, but technical assistance is also available from your supplier. Now with the safety disclaimers out of the way, let's dive in. First off, most Evolution tools are supplied as standard with one of the multi-material cutting tungsten carbide tip blades. They look like so. And as you can see, there's one fitted already to this table saw. Evolution's multi-material saw blades are designed to deliver maximum performance by using the highest grade tungsten carbide teeth, hardened blade bodies, and ultra-high grade brazing techniques. As you can see from this comparison image, the density of the carbide is superior to other saw teeth. It also features an anti-kickback shoulder gullet. The kerf of the blade is thinner than the standard saw blades, and the body plate is fully hardened. The blade runs at a much higher torque than the standard saws, and the high torque motor and gearbox are part of our patented system that comes as standard across the entire range of saws. Our saws are designed to spin at a lower speed, which lets them cut steel and wood safely and effectively. Our design means that each tooth makes a perfectly sized bite as the blade spins, thus the saw chips the material away in comfort, letting the teeth do the work rather than using friction, allowing this blade to cut a full range of materials. Here are the full specifications of this blade. This unique multi-material blade design is great for cutting reclaimed wood with embedded nails, stud timber, but also non-ferrous metals, aluminum, plastics, and more. While we demonstrate the 255 blade on this table saw, I have to mention these 255 multi-material blades are the same versatile cutting option for all the rest of our 255 miter saws. This blade here will also fit the miter saws. They're no problem. They're all compatible with the other Evolution saws. Also, the 355s, 210s, 185s, and 165 multi-material blades that fit our other machines still possess all the same features as this 255 blade. So, for example, if you have a RAGE 4 saw, the 185 blade will still cut all that wood and metal to the same quality as we're about to demonstrate here. Let me show you some cuts right here. That's not too bad. That went through without any trouble. I see here I've got 3 slices of nails. Can you see that? See that? Anyway. So that went through without any trouble. We just used the little the indexer here and slid through, no problem. Now for this, you want to make sure that your blade height is adjusted correct and your riving knife is set and you're fine. This will cut right through it. No problem. Wood with nails. Easy. Now we're moving on to the general purpose wood blade that I have here. Bear with me, we'll get this blade fitted to the saw and I'll take you through the specs. Okay, so the blade is now fitted. The general purpose wood blade is a highly versatile wood cutting blade. This is a great option for both ripping and cross cutting all your common wood stock and leaving a smooth, highly workable finish. This one has 40 teeth to ensure a finer finish. Again, as we look at the design of the blade itself, we can see this features a lot of the quality design characteristics from the multi-material blade, such as the hardened blade body and thinner kerf. One advantage here, cutting wood over the multi-blade, are these anti-heat expansion slots. These slots reduce the tendency for the blade to distort as it heats up in operation, which is especially important when you're cutting larger and harder wood stock. The multi-blade of course works, but without these expansion slots, it might be more likely to bend as it heats up, which could account for a slightly rougher finish on the wood. With this one, these slots ensure the wood blade cuts through truly and leaves a great finish. Here's a full summary of the specifications of this blade on screen now. Of course, it goes without saying, this blade should only be used to cut wood. These teeth have an aggressive forward hook angle. Now compared to the chainsaw tooth design of the multi-blade, we'll show you this, these forward hook teeth make for a quick and clean rip cuts in wood, while the wider gullets here have plenty of space to help scoop up all the larger chips and clear them out of the way as the blade turns. These blades won't get clogged up, so they stay cooler and you get a smoother, cleaner cut. The alternate top bevel, that's an ATB design of the teeth, this leaves a clean and sharp edge while cross-cutting, while the expansion slots ensure the blade stays true. But enough of the spiel, let's see this blade in action. First up, we're going to rip down the entire length of this here pine tongue and groove board. will be a good show for you. So as you can see, here's our tongue and groove board. This is, you know, you'd find this all over. This is a really nice cut. I'll just put this down the edge here. No, look into my eyes. This is nice. It's not chipped out around the edges. This is very smooth. This matches what you come from the sawmill when you're getting this plain timber. Nice work. I approve. This is the general purpose wood blade. It does a nice job. So as you can see, the general purpose wood blade we just showed is a great option for a variety of wood stock. This will leave a really clean, smooth, and square finish. Those general purpose wood blades are compatible with all the other Evolution saws, and you can even get them in a 355, 210, or 185 millimeter. So whether you have one of the big chop saws or one of the miter saws, you can be sure of the same quality performance every time. Lastly, but certainly not least, I've got with me the fine wood blade here. This is a 60-tooth blade. Let's get it fitted. I'll run you through the specs and advantages of using this blade. So the fine wood blade is the best option for hardwoods, especially oak, which will give you the splinter-free finish you want. Also, as with all our other Evolution blades, the fine wood blades are compatible with our whole range of saws. They're available in the 355, 210, and 185 millimeter sizes, in addition to the 255 blade that you see here today. So let's get into some cutting. First up, we've got this big section of oak hardwood for you. So see how this blade actually performs. We'll set this up and do some cuts on here. So as you see, we have a really thick piece of oak. This is about 2 inches thick. We've done a cross cut, which is already kind of challenging, but this goes straight across the grain. This is a really nice smooth surface. Honestly, this is beating my expectations. But yeah, it went through without trouble. There's no chipping or anything. This has done a great job. This is a nice blade, 60-tooth fine wood blade. Nice piece. This is hard oak. Okay, thanks for staying with us, everybody. We've got the hidden bonus round here, and this is where we're going to do an excellent demo using the table saw with the fine wood blade, this massive sheet, a 4x8 sheet of gorgeous 18 millimeter birch plywood. And here's something I prepared earlier. Now, I like the old school flavor. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got this designed up here, got some drawings I made, and we've got things measured out here, and I'm going to turn this piece of plywood into a beautiful birch ply record crate to carry my vinyl records around. That's how I roll. So yeah, we'll get things set up. We're going to have to move the saw to rip this long piece of plywood here. And you'll see, we're going to take this home. I'm going to do this a bit on my own time. We'll maybe capture some of the video and see how this works. We're going to be making 45-degree miter cuts, and we'll just see how this thing looks when it's all glued up together. Hopefully it's got really nice edges and a beautiful square crate with the nice little handles cut in there. And we'll rearrange the room, we'll make some cuts. I'll take this home, glue it up, we'll edit this into the video, and you'll see us in the near future with some vinyl and some beautiful cuts done. Stay tuned, we'll watch some of the process, and you'll see the result in just a minute. here we go with the finished product. This is a beautiful record crate. It's made with 18mm birch plywood. We cut this up using the RAGE5-S table saw. As you saw in the earlier part of the video, since we've left the lab, I've brought the parts home and done the finishing operations. I cut these nice slots in here to grip it. I used a 32mm spade bit and a jigsaw to cut these out, sanded it a bit, and then I hit all these edges with a bullnose bit on a router just to cut off the sharp edges on the round bits and on the corners. I really like how this looks with the edge grain going down the sides in this. Bit soft edges. This is nice. Putting these in my hand, the grip is excellent. This is a nice round bit. It's dead square. All these go together very well. You can see in here the edges come together quite nicely. We did a great job with this piece. The table saw made it very easy. It's a great piece for that. In the confined space we had, I was glad to have a couple of friends to help me maneuver that heavy piece of wood over the table saw. But yeah, what a great tool. Good result. So I finished this with a bit of teak oil, you know, sanding, routering, cutting. Lucky we got the tools to do this. Anyway, this is Lee from the design team over at Evolution. We'll be back again. See you soon. So, as you've seen with the multi-material blade, the general wood blade, and the fine wood blade, these are all fantastic options, depending on which types of materials and cuts you're working on. The multi-material blade is a great all-rounder, useful on the nail-embedded pallet wood without damaging the saw or the blade. It'll also cut steel. The general wood blade is the option for rip cutting all common types of wood and getting a smooth finish. It's got the big gullets to clear the material. And the fine wood blade is the best blade for smooth and true cross cuts in hardwood. So, I hope you found this video useful. Now, once again, I'm Lee. Thank you very much for watching. Check out all our other content in the Evolution website and our channels, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.